Thank you for tuning into Hollywood Movie Talk. My name is Zachary, and I just got through seeing the movie Spidey. And I got to say, uh, this was a fun roller coaster movie uh, about a couple girls, you know, rich girls, and I like that. Something different. We always see average Americans, uh, middle class Americans doing wrong in the news. But this tells a story of a couple friends, they're all females, and they travel to another friend house, mansion. And remember, they're all wealthy. And Sophie and B, which is her girlfriend, both beautiful young ladies. Well, Sophia and her girlfriend, they decide to go to their friend that they supposedly was invited to, but I guess not really. um, and Pete uh, was his house, his parents' house. I guess his parent was gone or something like that. But basically, the movie take place with them having party, some drinks. You see them in the swimming pool. I mean, it's a nice home, and I wasn't. I didn't think that they were going to be doing drugs in the place, but every one of them smoked coke. Sniff coke in the movies. Um, so that was fun to see that kind of aspect of it. And then, uh, the couples, Alex and her new boyfriend, Greg, which is maybe about 15 years older than her. Alice is most likely 18 in the story, and Greg is like maybe 38 or 40. Um, so about going on 20 years pretty much. But she like older men's, and they made a little joke with that. Sophia did with Pete. But the movie take place of just teen drama. You know, I thought it was very fun. It wasn't scary. That's on the downfall about it. It wasn't scary. Basically, the story pick off where takes off where they all drinking, they having a good time, and they decide to play a game. You know, who is the killer? And uh, Bodies is the name of the game actually. And they play the game at first. It's fun. It's taking off, stuff like that. And uh, someone got to play like they're dead. And Grant plays like he's dead. And they trying to say, who did it? Was you, Alice? Was you, Jordan? Who did it? You know, um, we don't see Max. Obviously, in the beginning of the movie, Max uh, and Pete, I guess, got in some kind of altercation. And Pete Max left after punching Pete in the eye, so he wasn't there. But sooner or later, the movie picked up. And one thing I like about this movie is it's not boring. It's fast paced. It's not a boring movie. So I think y'all gonna love that. It's definitely not a boring movie. So it picks off uh, that Greg fake was just faking, and then you know Pete started joking around with Greg. Greg didn't like it. He went upstairs, went to sleep. Uh, you know, uh, and then that's when the fun part began. Then the lights all went off, and then we see Pete running to the side door, bloody. Someone cut his throat, and this that's going to pay off later on. Now, this is spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie, this is spoilers. We're going to begin to spoilers territory. Um, so Pete is dead. Someone cut his throat, or we think someone did. And I'm gonna show you some clips of it also. So we have some content behind it. But so they looking around like, oh my God, someone killed Pete. And I'm gonna show you some video of it. So them looking bodies, you see them. Creaky, that's Pete holding his girlfriend, and that's Pete with his girlfriend there, and they all just having fun. I mean, just a fun girls out, but it turned bad. So every one of them end up dying. I mean, well, except for Sophia and B, which is a strange relationship. And it comes to find out that B don't know Sophia only about 2 weeks. And Sophia only been dating B about 2 weeks. The same with Greg and Alice. They only been dating for a short term. So that let me know this movie trying to uh, tell you that most Gen Z get into a relationship and think that they know the person, and they invite people to their homes. You know, young people younger than me sometimes do that, not all of them. And they get into a relationship and they think, oh man, I know this person. But in reality, you only know this person for 2 weeks. You really don't know them. And you already invited them into your home, and you don't know who the killer is. You don't know what's going on. And I'm just sitting back on the edge of my seat. And so they confront Greg. Like, Greg, you where were you? They went to his room. Greg wasn't there. They assumed he was military because he had all these knives and camping. But Greg is I would say, weird character. Nevertheless, Greg is a weird character. Um, so they look all around the home, and then they find Greg laying down with a mask on, meditating. So he got up, and they all put a knife on him, and he took the knife and just was scared. B came behind him, hit her in the head because she was afraid he was going to attack Sophia, and they're all scared. They're young, you know. And this is a 40-year-old man, a 38-year-old man. And all these girls are 18, so they're afraid. So that they attack B, not they. B attacked Greg, and that started off. And Alice like, no, he's not the killer. No, 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 you're wrong. He's not the killer. And so they still searching around and this and that, uh, and then one of the other girls, I forgot her name. She, I guess, fell down the stairs. Someone pushed her down the stairs, or she fell down the stairs. We finally end that Sophia accidentally pushed her down, and so then, uh, the other girl, which was, I think she was kind of mean a little bit. Um, this is my opinion. Maybe she wasn't, but I thought she was mean. Jordan ended up finding a gun and saying, no, it wasn't me. And they kicked B out in the storm. Now, remember, it's storming, raining, storm everywhere. And they kicked B out in the storm. And B went to the car to see what was going on, try to get from the storm. And she went into her truck. Well, not a truck, a little Jeep. And I guess she didn't want to stay there. So she went back, found a little dog hole in the house, the mansion. She see that Jordan was having a gun. Well, make a long story short, Jordan ended up, they struck on the gun, and Jordan, uh, you know, uh, shot Alice and killed her while they were fighting on the ground. She shot her in the leg as a warning. But that's all out of fear and self defense. Uh, and then Jordan was telling Sophia that, hey, B, check Sophia's phone. She's not the type of girl you think she is. She a big cheater and a liar. And all of them are telling lies. It's teens. I mean, it's not a serious relationship. So they all telling lies. And so shit hit the fan. So it was a very entertaining movie for me. Very entertaining. We find at the end, and like I said, you haven't seen this movie. I'll just come back when you see it. Spoiler review. Well, in the end, we find out that Pete killed his own self playing with a sword. Like I say, teens do a lot of weird stuff on their phones to try to get views and monetize. They do a lot of weird stuff, and they end up biting him in the ass because he ended up killing himself, playing around with a knife, and it cut his throat. He was gone. But nobody didn't kill him. That's the thing. He killed himself. The same go for when Jordan shot Alice. They was tussling on the gun, and the gun went off, and Alice is dead. The same thing about B and Jordan fighting. They're fighting on the top floor, and B threw her off, but it was fighting over the gun, and kind of accidentally, um, she fell, Jordan, onto the coffin table and broke her back, and she died. But she did fire a couple rounds. So we get down to uh, uh, I've got their name, Sophia and B, the two girlfriends, uh, and they're a little afraid of one another. Did you do it? Did you do it? Well, at the end, she was going to check Sophia's phone, and it's not Sophia's phone; it's Pete's phone. And then let's go Matt walking up, and she said, "Oh, I have service now." Uh, that what B says. So the moral of the story is that there is no killer. There's no killer in bodies. What the movie is trying to tell you is each one of these kills happened on their own doing, out of stupidity. Some nuthead playing with a butcher knife ended up cutting himself. Out of fear, the girls panic and kill Greg. Well, B did out of panic, and she was afraid that he was going to attack Sophia. Hmm. Not a real killer, just misunderstanding. And then Sophia accidentally pushed the other girl down the stairs. So there's no real killer in this movie. And that's why I thought it was very interesting. Now, some people are not going to like that, but I thought it was very interesting. And that's why I gave my score on TikTok. But there's no killer in this movie. All stupidity. And how many we know people do that today? Whether you're Gen Z, Gen X, millennium, pre-millennium, it doesn't matter. Baby boomer, old, we all have done some stupid stuff. And we still do. And this movie letting you know consequences can happen out of your stupidity. So that's just my review of Bye Bye Bye. Bye. Oh my God. Bye Bye Bye. Oh my God. Bodies. So I just gave my review. All right. So I enjoyed the movie, and I just want to come on here and give my review. And always remember, guys, always remember, you can make a difference. And thank y'all for tuning into Hollywood Movie Talk. I'll be talking to y'all soon. Y'all take care.